more about what their friends think about them than their kids and their well-being. They would rather disown their own kids so that they could hold good standing with their friends and not be gossiped about by their church, that they would be willing to disown their kids so they could say, I'm not part of this. I want nothing to do with this. I have nothing, no participation. And that's wrong. It's not Christian, and it's not the way you're supposed to act. That's what I think, guys. What do you think so far?
Terrified of you and the consequence of not being a part of this family. That's why he says he will go. Let's get to this next message. At some point, I suppose, Michael, you had started the program, and this is all online?
No, this is in person.
This is in person?
In person, weekdays 8 to 5, June 1st through August 31st.
Okay, so you packed your belongings, Michael, you're telling me, and you physically went to this conversion therapy program?
Yes, during the day, yes. I would come home.
Oh, during the day, so it's not residential?
Yes,
but
not
still,
residential.
What was that experience like?
The majority of the day, they are verbally harassing you. They are calling you names. I remember on the first day, the director, Matthew, who my dad chalked up to be a great guy, said I was cursed, said that I was going to hell, and called all of us there monsters, that we were unworthy, and that we needed the program to fix ourselves.
Oh my God. I really, Michael, I need to get close to you right now because I need you to understand. If you're willing, please give me your hands. Young man, you are not cursed. You are as loved and as worthy, Michael, as your father, your mother, and everyone else who gets the privilege to reside on this earth, young man. And I don't care what your daddy says. I don't care what this Matthew guy says. I don't care what some stupid conversion therapy says, which is nothing but a bunch of hoopla and a scam and a money grab for young, vulnerable men like yourself. I see you. You are valuable. And Michael, you are perfect. You are perfect in the eyes of God.
Thank you.
I feel the same way, Your Honor.
I'm not talking to you, sir.
I don't believe that Michael is cursed. I don't know the methods that they use. I'm sure that they involve tough love. I am sure that maybe they take an approach like the military, where they first try to break them down
Mr. Talbot,
and then
please
rebuild
don't.
them.
The next time, you're out of here.
The judge is not having it, and I totally get why, because he doesn't understand the crucial aspect of what he put his son through. He doesn't quite get that how close to an imminent. He does understand how close to completely losing his son's existence, by the way, by putting him into this therapy. I mean, it's not considered therapy if it's only just beating the bad out of you or beating the things that you think is not desirable in somebody. You can't just yell and scream and call them names and call that therapy. And of course, he went because he was wanting to not be homeless, and he wanted his family to love and accept him. And for whatever reason, to these parents, they claim, oh, I don't think that he was cursed. I don't think there was a problem. But yet you sent him to a therapy that, just so you know, is statistically proven to not work, for one, and also to really harm people really badly. Now, I feel like, can people change? They can if they want to, because people can. They can do whatever they want. But at the end of the day, it's not up to you to change somebody. This person, the son, has to decide what they want to do with their life and how they're going to sort it out in themselves. And you can't force something on someone, especially when it comes to this topic. Otherwise, they're just going to be far from you, and they will go far, far away from you, and you will lose your relationship with your son. And one day you will meet God and will have to face him, and you will have to answer to the fact that you did this to your own son.
Okay, back to you, Mr. Michael. I see you texted your dad after a few days of being here, and you say, Dad, I don't like it here. I'm still having thoughts
Your
about...
Honor, if I may, this was after a month in the program.
This is a month?
Yes.
So out of 3 months, you stayed a month. My God, I can't even imagine it, Elijah. So then you say, the director made me cry numerous times. I don't feel good here. I miss you and Mom. Can I please come home? Your son is pleading with you, sir. You say, son, it was your idea to go to this program. You need to finish what you started. I spent $6,000. Money doesn't grow on trees. Unbelievable. How am I going to teach you how to be a man if you don't keep your promises? Just follow the rules and you'll be cured. You said cured, sir, in 2 more months. The young man says, Dad, I'll stay. Then what happened, Michael?
Then it just kept getting worse. If I may enter this to evidence.
Please offer that to Elijah here.
I had written some journal entries throughout my time at the program. My first was about 9 days in. I just felt so alone and terrible, and I continue with these journal entries.
Yeah, I
the
see.
next one is right after I had texted him and about how terrible I felt because he wouldn't let me leave.
Oh, no, you couldn't leave, Michael, because dear Dad here spent $6,000 of his hard-earned money. How did that make you feel, Michael? I want you to listen to your son. Look at your son. Don't look at me. Look at your son.
I felt like you valued the money over your son. You were going to kick me out because of who I am. You were valuing the money you would spend into this program over your relationship with your son. That makes no sense. Who could do that to their kid?
Okay, Michael,
can I
at some
respond?
point, it's clear to me, based off of this evidence, that you decided to save yourself, and you left this program, correct?
Yes, as my dad had mentioned, had a best friend, Kevin, who I had kissed back in May, which had started this entire thing. And he was the only person who I could think of that would understand what I was going through, who could understand the feelings I was feeling. So I'd reach out to him. I asked him what to do. I was feeling so alone by this point, and he told me to take some sick days off and stay with him and his roommate. So I did, and I stayed with him, and I felt so much better. It was amazing. I felt like I was free for the first time ever. He encouraged me to be myself, to be open, to be proud, to accept myself and love myself.
And what happened when you told your father that you quit?
I did not tell him.
Oh.
I was scared to, based off his previous
Reactions.
threatening text. Yes. The program director, Matthew, had sent an email to my father detailing how I had been out of sessions because I was sick. But my father knew I had been leaving every day, so he
Right.
knew it was not true.
So you
and
were
he knew I was
skipping
lying.
conversion therapy.
Yes.
And then I do see the communication where your dad found out. I just found out that you dropped out of the program. How could you betray Mom and me like this? I need you to pack your things and move out. Okay, so actually, Mr. Talbot, it wasn't a bluff or a threat. It was a reality. Pay me $6,000 and get out of our lives.
I was angry, Your Honor. I regret the harshness of my words.
I don't give a damn how angry you were, sir. And now I'm about to get real harsh with mine. It's unacceptable. It's manipulative. And, sir, it's downright cruel. I believe I'm ready to rule in this matter. I deal with a lot of cases in my courtroom, sirs. And many of them are extremely complicated and nuanced, and I really have to sometimes seek counsel even from Elijah as we tease through the minutia and the theories and the legal complexities. And this one is very simple. This young man deserves a father and a mother who loves him completely. Not that tolerates him, sir. Not that begrudgingly accepts who he is, but that loves him unconditionally and completely. He deserves a home, sir, where he is safe and loved. And it's clear to this court that you, nor your wife, according to your testimony here today, can provide that. Therefore, it is with great joy and comfort that I dismiss your case in its entirety. The plaintiff's case is dismissed.
Judge Ebony has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case is dismissed.
I love you, Michael, and your mother loves you, and I know that we can be a family again. You just need to make better choices. I know that we can fix this and put it all behind us.
Dad, I get that someone of your generation might not understand what it's like to be queer or on the LGBTQ plus spectrum, but until you learn to accept me and love me for who I am, this relationship is not going to work.
Well, folks, the case is dismissed, and I want to know what you guys think, because I feel like some of you might disagree. I feel like some of you might think that this case should not have been dismissed because you think, well, he agreed to go, then he quit, and so he should pay for the money. But here's the deal. I don't necessarily think that he should have to pay. I do agree with this being dismissed because deep down inside, I feel like the father doesn't fully understand what he is even freaking doing in this situation. And it clearly shows in the fact that he doesn't understand that he's in the wrong and how he's handling it. Now, I'm not here to say that you can't be a parent and be disappointed or afraid or not like when your child experiences this type of thing. I'm not saying you can't experience that. I'm not saying as a parent you can not be upset. But the problem here lies in how you react and how you move forward. Because at the end of the day, this is an individual human being that does have value and does deserve to be treated right and does deserve love and care from their family. And if you think that them going through something that they can't control is a betrayal of the family, then you are crazy and should not have children. So in my opinion, I think the father does deserve this case to be dismissed because the son texted and said, look, I went, it's crazy here. I'm literally so upset and they're treating me horribly. And the father was like, no, you're staying. And that's totally wrong. So what do you guys think about this case? How would you navigate this? What would you do? Let me know in the comments down below.